Okay, today we are going to be working on the Forces in Motion Quick Lab called What Changes Motion. And as you can see in the picture here, this is the one that in my science notebook is on page 28 on the left. So if you are keeping up with mine, that's where you will be putting yours. If yours is a different page number, that's okay too. The materials that you need for this is you just need a toy car with some washers stacked on the top of it and a book, and I am using our science journal for this year. So this quick lab is all about Newton's first law, and Newton's first law states that an object in motion stays in motion and an object at rest stays at rest unless it is acted upon by an outside unbalanced force. So what we are going to do with this is it's a very simple quick lab. We are just going to be taking this car and we're going to push it so that it runs into the book, and we are going to see what happens to the motion of the car and what happens to the motion of the washers that are on top of it. They are not hooked on in any way, they're just sitting on top. So what I want you to do now is, before you watch what happens next, I want you to push pause, and in your science journal I want you to write down your prediction as to what you think is going to happen to the motion of the car and what you think is going to happen to the motion of the washers. Okay, now hopefully you have made your prediction, you paused it and you wrote it down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to watch me, and hopefully this will work the first time and I won't have to do it multiple times. So I'm just going to take the car and I'm going to run it into the journal, and you guys can see what happened there. So when you think about the answers to the questions on this quick lab, the questions ask, what happened to the car when it hit the book? So I want your answer in terms of its speed and direction. What happened to the motion of the car? And then I want you to also take a moment, and for question number 1, it also asks, what happened to the motion of the washers? So you see where the washers went, and you see where the car went. So again, write your answer in terms of its motion, its speed and direction. For question number 2, I want you to think about why the washers went one way and the car went the other. And again, think about this in terms of Newton's first law, okay? An object in motion stays in motion, and an object at rest stays at rest unless it is acted on by an outside force, okay? So that's going to be your answer for question number 2. Question number 3 on the quick lab, it is asking you, and I'm going to actually move the camera over here so you can see it. So question number 3, this is dealing with scientific literacy, okay? So if you were to look at that article, why would you think, could you give a reason for why that title that is in that article, Seatbelts Save Lives, why would that not be scientifically valid? And how would you improve the title of that article based on the information in the question? And then once you finish with this, then you are done with box 2A on your Newton's Laws grid.